Hi, welcome back to Sunday School. We're glad you're here. This week's Read Aloud is called The What Ifs, written by Emma Gore and illustrated by Zoe Persico. Cora was a nervous girl, always jumpy, always on edge, always wondering if something grim was going to happen. Because of this, the What Ifs loved her. Heavy, lumpy, and grumpy, the what-ifs are everywhere, in bright rooms and dark corners, in busy hallways and hushed libraries, in big cities and small towns. They slink in from unknown places and swiftly attach themselves to people when they least expect it. Look at all of them. Then they whisper a question so quietly, so softly, so gently that the person usually doesn't know the what-ifs are there at all. From the moment the sun first peeked through her window in the morning to the time she pulled a warm quilt over her head at night, Cora's what-ifs followed her every move. What if my dog runs away? What if I forget my homework? What if the sun stops shining? What if my crayon breaks? Many people think about their what-ifs for a moment or two, but can briskly brush them off. Cora, though, could not. It didn't matter if the what-ifs questions were silly or frightening or impossible. As soon as Cora thought about them, the what-ifs grabbed hold of her. See her there in the corner? One week, Cora had more what-ifs than usual. Her piano recital was just days away. Even though that she had practiced and perfected her song, the what-ifs started creeping in. What if my fingers shake? Cora questioned on Monday. What if I make a mistake? Cora wondered on Tuesday. What if nobody comes? She thought on Wednesday. What if too many people come? She thought on Thursday. By the day of the recital, the weight of the what-ifs felt unbearable. Cora stood backstage, obviously anxious, awaiting her turn to perform. The longer she waited, the more what-ifs appeared, each one getting hold and weighing her down more than the last. That sounds scary. What if I trip on stage? What if the bench is too tall? What if the people are noisy? What if the pedals are squeaky? What if I start coughing? What if I play the wrong note? What if nobody claps? Cora, a small voice whispered, "Are you all right?" Oh, great, Cora thought. What if Stella thinks I'm a crybaby? What if she doesn't understand? It's nothing, was all Cora could muster before a tiny sob escaped her thinly pressed lips. Doesn't sound like nothing, Stella said. Cora took a deep breath and said in a hushed voice, I just have too many what-ifs. They make me imagine bad things that could happen, like what if I mess up, or what if I sneeze during my song? Everybody gets what-ifs, Cora. Just a minute ago, I asked myself, what if Cora is sad and I can help? Well, that's a different what-if. Listening to Stella, Cora started to wonder, what if she can help me? What if I can trust her? I wish mine were like that. My what-ifs are grim, Cora looked down. Do you ever have good what-ifs? Stella asked. I didn't know there were good ones, Cora whispered. Of course there are, Stella said, like, what if there's chocolate cake after our recital? Or what if I play better than ever? And Cora chimed in, peering on the boy pounding his piece on the piano on stage. Cora suddenly felt her what-ifs begin to change. The heavy, lumpy, and grumpy what-ifs slowly slunk away while new ones arrived in their place. They look a little happier, lighter, and brighter. Just then, the teacher announced it was Cora's turn. Cora walked out to the piano without tripping. The bench was just the right height. Her hands quivered, and they hovered over the keys. But then she sat down and began to play, and the grim what-ifs slowly continued to disappear until... clunk! She hit the wrong note. Oh no! What if everybody laughs at me? What if I get booed off the stage? Cora wanted to cry. She tried to ignore the people staring, waiting for her next move, and then out of the corner of her eye, Cora saw Stella. What if I can do this, she asked herself. Cora took a deep breath and started to play again with confidence. Her fingers danced across the keys. When she finished, the room filled with applause, and Cora took her bow and smiled at Stella. She couldn't help but wonder, what if I made a new friend today? But they're eating chocolate cake. So the author has a note in the back, and it says, when I was a young child, I was constantly weighed down by anxiety. I feared being away from my family. What if my parents leave me behind? What if they do something special without me? And at night I could not sleep unless the door to my bedroom remained open wide. What if a monster comes in my room while I'm sleeping? As I grew older, my fear and apprehension shifted. I still battle anxiety to this day as an adult, but what was once frightening is now just uncomfortable. What I understand as an adult is that my anxieties don't make me a lesser person. Even as a young child, I acknowledge that some of my worries were not very believable, but I felt powerless to overcome them. I began avoiding sleepovers or spending extended time with friends. I was too bogged down and concerned that nobody would understand. Yet countless people, young, old, and everyone in between, worry. With help, support, patience, and hope, the negative what-ifs can be spun around to become manageable and more positive. Like Cora, I've learned to be the boss of my what-ifs. It is with the loving support of my family and friends that I've been able to ask, what if my journey navigating what-ifs can help others? And what if I can write a book? And so she did, and I hope you find it helpful on thinking about your own what-ifs and your own worry. And we have a book from the Bible that we're going to explore in today's craft called Put Your Strength in God. And know that He is there for you in whatever situation you find yourself in, and that He will give you the strength to get through it. Have a great week.